schools were established in 1966 to bring together young boys and girls from all regions of the country, irrespective of their social or economic backgrounds, to learn, play, work, and live under one roof, in order to promote unity and brotherhood, hence creating a homogeneous family devoid of rancor, suspicion or distrust. These, the founders believe, will foster positive growth and development in the country. Unity schools are also expected to breed detribalized citizens needed for the good management of resources at all levels of governance. Now, this is to guarantee national integration and national building among Nigerians, to rekindle the vision of the founding fathers of this nation, who came up with the concept of unity schools as centers of academic excellence, national integration, leadership, and capacity building. Federal government, Mina, represents this vision as its class of 1984 celebrates 40th anniversary reunion. This and more will be the focus of the program. Welcome to Nigeria Today, and thanks for joining us. I am Eukaria Clinton. Now, I have with me in the studio Engineer Ayeni Adekunle, member, class of 1984 Federal Government College, Mina. You're welcome to Nigeria Today.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers.
Also joining for the conversation is Abosede Onwumere. She's also a member, class of 1984 Federal Government College, Mina. It's good to have you.
And good evening, viewers.
Now, I'll start with you, Abosede. Now, how was it like, to be in Unity School back then, compared to now?
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, traveling from Ido via train to Mina. And on that train, we'll have Federal Government Girls College, Federal Government College, Kaduna, all the Federal Government colleges, Ilori, we're on the train, because then Federal Government used to reserve coaches for the students, especially for the ones that their fathers couldn't afford to book the first class cabins for. So it was fun. We mixed with each other. It was only a day wear that differentiated us. So we would move from coach to coach, greeting people, exchanging pleasantries. It was fun.
Now looking at the present, Unity School, what do you think or would be different right now, looking at what is obtainable now?
That fun is no longer there. It's no longer there.
Yes, it was. I see it was a mixture of boys and girls together.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the concept of the unity, integration, nation building, and that the Unity School, that was the reason why, of course, it was established. Now tell us, from your own experience, did it really serve the purpose?
Well, within those periods, when we attended, I want to believe it served that purpose. Okay. Why I would say so is because it was devoid of whether social, class, religious, or even tribal segregation. There was no line to divide such. We don't have such. For instance, I was also opportune to be in class, even with some of the ministers. I think there was one of our colleagues then, of Fonaguru, somebody of Fonaguru. Okay, yeah. Then there is this military governor. I think the governor, then military governor, he don't get see, whether Cross River or which of the states. So all these people we were meeting in class, and for us, because for me, Well, we consider it a privilege because then nobody was able to separate who is your father, who is not, or something. And that was a good avenue for us to integrate. Till date, I have friends all over the country. That is, and I was also able to pick 1 or 2 languages that will put me out of trouble anywhere, whether Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, we speak. Because there is even a program for us then every weekend. During every weekend, they will say African language, Nigerian languages. You have to learn these 3 other languages. You come out and we have to learn it for at least 1 hour or so thereabout. And that, I think, has helped a lot. With this, we were able to mix with so many people of different strata of in the social class. So for me, it was an opportunity for us to also, but that is not what is obtainable now. And a lot of other things like Bosse also mentioned, you know, these movement on trains. All the federal government colleges along the line also made use of the train. The train for now, they are no longer there. So that avenue is also ruled out. But then all the federal government college, whether federal government girls, whether federal government, because 2 of these unity schools are usually established in each of the states. You have the mixed and then 1 other for the girls. So on the train reserved normally at end of every of our terms when we are going on holidays, we have all these people along the line. Even NMS too, they also have their own coach. So we all mixed on this train, and I think we've made a lot of friends, and from there, I think even till date, I still have some of them virtually in all the states of the Federation. Wherever I go, I can still pick 1 or 2 people and talk to them.
Now, boss, what do you think is missing in our present-day unity school?
What is missing? I think the purpose for which it was established is no longer there. The quota system has entered. When we were there was nothing like that. We had the Lagos liners. I think we were even more than every other region. We had the Lagos liner. I think we had the Port Harcourt, you know. So it was not unlike now that I have cases where people will bear an indigenous name just to enter a federal government college yes, where they are located. It was not obtainable while we were there. So, and I'm not sure, and this issue of Christianity, and when we were in school, there was nothing like that. No, we went, even when on the assembly ground, we don't do prayers, we don't do anything. All we do is our national anthem and the pledge. And we go. Your religion was it was a private thing. You were not being forced to. But now we have mosque in the school, we have church and all that. It wasn't obtainable while we were in school.
You think that also led to the kind of, will I say, separation, segregation, and the rest of them?
I think so, and the parents too, you know.
What do you mean by the parents too?
What the parents tell the children, you're a Christian, you can't afford to do this with a Muslim, you're a Muslim, you can't afford to do this with a Christian. We were not brought up that way. Up until now, I still see myself as a Nigerian first. Despite the fact that my mother is Yoruba, my father was Igbo, and I grew up in the north. So I see myself first as a Nigerian before seeing myself as an Igbo girl.
Now, Yeni, tell us, she has said, okay, these are one of the 2 things that are missing. What do you think should it be done to revive the fire? You know, what you enjoyed back then, so that the younger generation will enjoy the same.
I think there has to be that political will. First, the political will, and then there's also has to be attitudinal change. What do I mean by that? She was talking about issue of religion or not. Then we also have everybody is free to practice his or her religion. Then, even in classes, then when it is time for IRK or CRK, you are not forced to either go out or do anything. If you want to stay, you stay and listen. It's not a situation where you now insist that if you're a Muslim, go out, you must do this. So it's a matter of your own conviction, so to say. And then when I talk about political will, you know, we have this issue of insecurity virtually everywhere. Then our parents will put us on train. Some of us from either from Lagos or even from Maiduguri, they will just come and say, once you get to the train station, just drop you with your metal box, and then off you go. On getting to the station of destination, whether the vehicle that's maybe the luxurious bus of the school is already waiting for you. For those whose schools were not on the rail line, they have the vehicles coming to pick them, like the FGGC Bida. The vehicle will be waiting for them at the railway station in Mina to come and pick them and go. So what I'm saying about political will is that there has to be definite decision as to how to come about this issue of unity. But for now, everybody wants to stay in his own safe region. Considering the issue of insecurity, you can't throw your 10 or 11-year-old child to just go where you cannot see. I don't know. Issues of kidnapping and all those are some of the things. If the political will to stem some of these vices, I think we can get back to that level. And even the issue of expenditure, the money spent then, you know, we used to have our food being served us in the school. After you must have paid whatever you are supposed to pay. Even some of our northern brothers were getting scholarships from their own states, giving them some uniform and the rest. So if such things are in place, it's possible to revive such a level of unity, I believe.
Thank you very much. We'll take a breather here and listen to some Nigerians on what they think about the unity schools as put together by Thomas Ogbetere. Don't go away.
I'm a product of a unity school. I went to Federal Government College, Mina, and I still see my classmates from various parts of the country as siblings. So definitely when you as children, you are growing, you don't know bounds. You don't know any boundary, there is no limit, everybody is a friend, everybody is a brother. So definitely I will get to know you more from the south, the guy from the south, get to know the one from the north. And that understanding will be fostered. You know, you got all the stuff, most of the things you hear are just hearsay. But when you really interact, you see that, no, this is definitely, you are getting the wrong information. So definitely you get to know yourself and you grow together and you will remain as one.
It will bring what we call national integration, that is where people from different different places of the country together. For example, like Abuja, you know, where you have different tribes, they are all here. So it actually brings unity, understanding, and that's what it can actually bring.
So it promotes unity by bringing all tribes from all over the nation together. And when we have these kind of things, and having different tribes and different communities coming together to, you know, we play together, we grow up together, later on eventually it's going to make sure that we don't have any other problems or conflicts because we understand each other.
Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today, and we're looking at the unity schools and nation building. And of course, I have in the studio with me a lady and a gentleman. Now, Bosse, you had, of course, the reaction, but let's come back now to your reunion, the 1984 Federal Government College Mina, the reunion. Tell us about it, Bosse.
We're just meeting. It's 40 years we left secondary school. So we decided, okay, it's time. So most of us haven't even seen each other since we left school. But people in, you know, in their regions, like I'm in Lagos, I'm the chairperson of the Lagos chapter. So all the people in Lagos I see, like him, you know, we see, we interact, we have our meetings quarterly. But
this is the first time all the chapters
yes,
are coming together.
Exactly. All
Wow.
the 84 sets we're coming together. Okay. Some are even coming in
from outside the country.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, so we said we're almost 60.
Oh.
Let's meet because by the time we're meeting again, some may have gone, some may be too old to come around, you know. So it's just a time for us to.
Okay. Now, Engineer Yeni, tell us how have you impacted or given back to your alma mater after 40 years?
Okay, fine. Well, for us, as a set, that's the 84 set, we, at one time or the other, there was a time we organized some meeting during one of our reunion, that's on the larger scale. We have also met and had to come up with areas of assistance in the school, maybe issues of renovating some portion of the schools or whatever. We have also, even part of our program for meeting this time is to also reflect on our own activities and look at the school, what are their areas of needs. We set up a committee already that carried out a need assessment for the school to enable us give back to the school. Aside that, individually, books have been presented even to the school as individuals, not even as a set.
Okay.
Aside that, but as a team this time, as part of our activity for this 84 reunion of the 40th anniversary, we're going to be looking at the needs, and we have done a need assessment of the school, and then we are coming up with a program to also give back to the system, because the school is not the way it used to be.
Okay, I would also want to hear from you. What is your future plan for your alma mater?
I think, like he said, we're just doing the little things we can do as sets, as a national body, we can do. But we're hoping, and I think one of the things we're thinking of doing is to have an e-library for the school. I don't know if the set will come up, we'll take that as a decision. But if you remember, but if you remember the last time we talked about it, that an e-library is something that we should look at. But of course, the local organizing committee could not take a decision until all of us meet. So I think we'll decide that tomorrow on the way forward.
Okay, that's a proposal now.
Yes.
Proposing that. Now, Engineer Yeni, what can the younger generation and other schools learn from those that attended Unity schools?
Specifically, I think the zeal to see to nation building. How do I mean? Most of the time when you see a graduate of or maybe someone who has passed through this Unity school, you definitely see the patriotic zeal in them in terms of wanting to unify the nation. Issue of where you come from would not really matter, rather than you talking about Nigeria. So I think what we want to hand over to the younger generation is to see how we also feel about this nation, Nigeria, and the fact that issues that unite us is what we normally want to emphasize, rather than that divides us. So that is what we expect the younger generations to begin to learn from us. Like you notice that for those who probably know us one-on-one, our arrays of friends cuts across all stratas. I was telling you that some of us were not brought up with silver spoon, as they say, but we were able to mix with some of these people, which ordinarily, even now, may not be happening. It is very difficult for you to get to any Unity school, even any public school for that matter, to now find a minister's son or daughter sitting down with maybe a caretaker or maybe a security guard's child somewhere. It's very difficult. But it happened during our time. And when you now see their relationship, regardless of their position, it's easy for us to now walk up to them and say, Bauni, how are you? You relate with them, you speak even one or two of the languages that you can. That alone is something that the younger ones will see in us. If you look at our array of friends, you discover that it cuts across all strata, whether social, religion, or even tribal.
And apart from that, there's a body called USOSA, which is the Unity Students Old Students Association. It's the national umbrella for all Unity schools. We have a platform called USOSAs in Lagos. Once I need anything, I go on that platform and I say, can somebody help me with this? You won't believe how...
The response.
The response.
I'm telling you, under how many minutes I get it. Even if the person is not on the platform, I will be directed to someone.
Now, looking at where we are now, in terms of, you know, in our schools, you know, you have here and there, you have private schools here and there. Some of them are not, the children there are not able to enjoy what you enjoyed. How does that make you feel, really?
I feel sad for them. I feel sad for them.
Sincerely.
Because the things, you know, I remember taking my niece and my nephew to school one day, and the boy said, Daddy, look at train. And I told him how I used to, you know, board train at Ido, you know, and all the way we leave at 9 in the morning and we get to be at 5 a.m. the next day. And I said it was fun. There's no socialization, physical interaction. You know, so I feel sad for them, really.
The engineer, you know, having, you know, this is 40 years. I mean, how would that make you feel, seeing your, will I say, your former classmates and your, how will it make you feel? Really?
Making noise today.
Honestly, it's quite interesting, and I think it's a moment we'll cherish for a very long time. Especially that some of us must have, maybe for the past 20, 30 years, we've not met. And some may just be on the platform, because we have a platform where we relate. And physically, some of us we have not met.
I know, sorry, you know, one interesting thing is these are the people that you really cannot pretend where they are, because they know you.
That is it. That's the fun.
They know you from where you.
They know you from the root.
Exactly.
You know, let me give you an instance. I remember there was an event I was planning, and a friend reintroduced Lillian to me.
Okay.
So when I heard the name, I said I went to school with Lillian. Please tell her to come on board. And of course, along the line, we had some misunderstandings. She told Funsho. Funsho just called me and said, Bosse, both of you, go and sort out those things.
You've come a long way. You've come a long way. So, you know, lastly, maybe in 30 minutes, what will be the legacy you want to leave behind for the younger generation?
Well, wish to see that what we enjoy, maybe they could enjoy something better. How that is what we it's one of the things we should worry about. You know, I was talking about political will. There is need for government also to look at some of these systems that probably assist us in the areas of our unity, like the Unity School. This is a very key and veritable tool to ensure the nation's unity is not tampered with.
Yeah. Thank you very much, gentleman and lady. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your time and experiences with us. Now, I have been with Engineer Ayeni Adekunle, member class of 1984 Federal Government College, Mina, and also Abosede Onwumere, also member class of 1984 Federal Government College, Mina. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for being part of the program. Don't forget, Nigeria Today airs every weekday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA News 24. You can also check out this episode and others on www.youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. Once again, thank you for being part of this program. I am Eucharia Clinton. Have a wonderful weekend.